the most fun thing about having Travis out on tour is just like, he would go to the tents and like give me the tea afterward.
Yeah.
Like we'd do the debrief afterward in the car. And so I was like, I gotta let you know, like your favorite director is in the tent. He loves Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, of course.
He loves her movies.
Barbie.
He loves her range, you know what I mean? Like being able to do this many different types of films, it's incredible. It's genre hopping. It's really impressive. And so he was like, oh my God, I really want to tell her how funny I thought Barbie was. And I'm like, you absolutely should. She's the sweetest, giggliest person to tell that you like their work. You're gonna love her. And so the show happens. I'm like, oh my God, everyone's having the best time. And afterward, you know, he gets in the car. He has had as many shots as everyone else has had. And he's like, this was the most fun tent. Like everybody was amazing. Like Tom Cruise is going crazy. Like Liam is just as fun as Chris. And Liam's fiance Gabrielle is so cool. And Ashton was there and Mila and oh my God, Hugh Grant was there. And I got to tell him how much I love his movies and he was so cool. Everyone was amazing. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. Like you didn't mention Greta. Did you meet Greta? And he's like, yeah, I did. I think I told an annoying joke that she's heard too many times. Like, and I was like, okay, well, what did you say? He's like, well, I walked up to her and I was like, I love Barbie. I'm just Ken too. And then I pointed to you. And I was like, that's such a solid joke.
That's
she
not
will have loved
terrible.
that. And he's like, well, she was really polite about it. Like she smiled politely, but she didn't say anything. And I was like, that's very out of character, but maybe she has heard that joke too many times.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, yeah, but you know, she was talking to Hugh Grant all night, so I think they might be doing a movie together. Like, they were really, really close. Like, I'm talking about like they were dancing all night, like had all these inside jokes. They kind of seemed like they're like soulmates. And I was like, the tea is crazy tonight, Travis.
Yes, really good. You were right to want to have
What
been
do
there.
you mean I have several follow-up questions? And so he keeps talking about this, and he's like, yeah, you know, like, and I meanwhile, I'm kind of scrolling on my phone, and he's like telling me about the rest of the night. He's like, and there's this family up front that I was dancing with all night. They were so fun. They were like my best friends. I wish I knew who they were. They were so fun. He keeps talking. I'm seeing all over the internet is just videos of Travis dancing with Greta all night, like they're best friends. And I'm like, Travis, here's a video of you with Greta. It feels like she thought the joke was funny. He goes, oh, that's not Greta. Do the math, carry the two here. Is there any chance at all, baby, that you complimented Hugh Grant's wife, Anna, on her movie Barbie, said, I'm just Ken too, and she politely nodded because she didn't have the heart to tell you she didn't direct it. And is there any chance that the people that look like soulmates are Hugh Grant and his soulmate?
Right. Well, I think the good news here, well, the bad news for you is he has face blindness, and the good news is he can recognize true love. So at least he saw soulmates. He saw soulmates, and he knew they were soulmates.
The most enjoyable aspect of having Travis accompany her on tour involved his habit of visiting the celebrity tents and subsequently sharing all the gossip with Taylor during their car ride debriefs afterward. And during one particular instance, Taylor mentioned that his favorite director, Greta Gerwig, was present in the tent since Travis deeply admired her films and appreciated her ability to work across multiple genres, which he found incredibly impressive and genre-hopping in nature. Travis expressed his desire to tell Greta how funny he thought Barbie was, and Taylor encouraged him, saying that Greta would be the sweetest and most giggly person to receive such compliments about her work, assuring him that he would absolutely love meeting her. Following the show, Taylor anticipated hearing about Travis's interaction with Greta, but when he returned to the car, having consumed as many drinks as everyone else, he enthusiastically reported that the event was the most fun experience ever, with everyone being amazing, including Tom Cruise going crazy with excitement, Liam being just as entertaining as Chris, Liam's fiancée Gabrielle being incredibly cool, Ashton and Mila being present, and Hugh Grant being there, which allowed Travis to express his appreciation for Hugh's movies and finding him to be genuinely cool. Yet when Taylor asked about meeting Greta, since he hadn't mentioned her, Travis sheepishly admitted that he believed he told an annoying joke that she had probably heard countless times before. Regarding her songwriting process, Taylor explained that writing songs remained one of her favorite activities, though she had previously harbored fears early in her career that she might lose her ability to write if she wasn't truly miserable in her personal life. But she expressed particular love for her current album because they consistently caught lightning in a bottle during every songwriting session. For the record, Taylor believed that having someone in her life who fueled her creativity and made her more authentically herself was transformative, since everyone around her commented that she had never been so genuinely herself before, which was fascinating considering that while people remain themselves throughout their lives, they exist as different shades and versions of themselves at varying volume levels. And this particular person's presence in her life prompted everyone to observe that she had never been more authentically herself than she was now. She emphasized that people who fuel you energize every aspect of your being, making you walk taller and present yourself in a more vibrant manner, which translates directly into the music you create. When discussing her lyrical choices, Taylor clarified that she sometimes employed specific vernacular satirically, particularly in the first verse of Eldest Daughter, where she portrayed someone attempting to figure out how to express thoughts they had encountered on the internet, whether referencing concepts like apathy being trendy or memes, and trolling, while trying to keep up with cultural expectations of how people should communicate to describe their supposed indifference when in reality, everyone cares deeply about something significant. The song then transitions to the pre-chorus, where Taylor shifts into her authentic voice, singing about being afflicted by terminal uniqueness and dying from trying to appear cool, which represents the complete reversal of the speaking style she employed throughout the first verse, where she was attempting to assimilate to cultural expectations of how people should behave. During her interview, Taylor was asked to address a story that Zoe Kravitz had recently shared about Taylor's kindness, specifically regarding how Taylor had invited Zoe and her mother Lisa Bonet to stay at her home following the California fires, and how Lisa's snake had subsequently escaped loose throughout Taylor's house, prompting the host to request Taylor's version of the snake incident. Taylor prefaced her response by acknowledging that everyone has that one friend, before describing how she received a call from her head of security who attempted to explain the situation to her, with her first question being what snake, since she was completely unaware that a snake was even present on her property, noting how peculiar it was to receive a call about a loose snake when she didn't know one existed in the first place. Taylor found herself listening to the security explanation while processing the surreal situation involving Zoe Kravitz and Lisa Bonet holding onto a Burmese python that was halfway embedded in the wall, while a man stood nearby with an axe, having just chopped up a custom vintage antique cupboard, leaving splinters scattered across the floor. And in Taylor's imagination, they were looking over their shoulders in what resembled an Annie Leibovitz photo shoot, with Zoe wearing head-to-toe outfits from the row, making the entire scenario appear more like a YSL advertisement than an actual problem. Subscribe for more celebrity stories and behind-the-scenes moments. Taylor expressed disappointment at missing the spectacle, while noting that the remarkable aspect was that they always maintained control of half the snake, with only the front portion being the part that escaped, making it sound like an elite situation. And she couldn't even feel angry about the circumstances, because if someone could take a good photograph while holding onto the back half of a snake for dear life, they could capture a good picture anywhere. Taylor played a mental game, knowing Zoe well enough to predict that she wouldn't mention the incident until everything was completely resolved, so Taylor kept a countdown on her phone tracking the days, which turned out to be exactly 3 weeks, the precise amount of time required to repair the damaged cupboard. And when Zoe finally approached her at the house to casually mention something that had happened now that it was fixed, Taylor immediately knew about the snake incident, the wall damage, the axe requirement, and everything else, while Zoe admitted that she had instructed everyone not to inform Taylor about the situation. This had been a surprise and secret that Taylor had been carrying around for an entire year, and she was incredibly excited about it, comparing the experience to having a really great Christmas present from her brother that she had been holding on to for a year, and feeling thrilled that they had finally opened the present and were playing with the toy. Taylor described the current era as the most well-matched period in terms of the alignment between her life circumstances when she wrote the album and where she found herself when it was released into the world, since she felt exactly the same way as she did during the writing and recording process. Explaining that sometimes artists release albums after experiencing different life phases, but this particular project maintained consistency throughout. She acknowledged that the Torture Poets and the Eras tour created a specific atmosphere where the tour experience and the way it illuminated her entire life served as a consistent thread throughout the music creation process, and she thanked her audience for being unknowing inspiration behind the scenes as she internalized all the love and channeled it into the record, expressing happiness that people wanted to celebrate the release and gratitude for their support and presence over many years, while acknowledging that she could accomplish none of her work without their support and wishing everyone the best for their day and weekend. Travis Kelce's 36th birthday became an Opalite celebration thanks to his fiancée Taylor Swift, and his mother Donna Kelce made sure everyone was aware of the special nature of the day by sharing a throwback photograph of Travis as a baby on her Instagram story, while wishing him happy birthday with Taylor's new song Opalite playing in the background. And the lyrics that played included the lines about his mother telling him everything would be all right while he danced through lightning strikes, remaining sleepless during onyx nights, but now finding that the sky had become opalite, which seemed perfectly chosen for the occasion. Taylor had released her 12th studio album, The Tortured Poets Department, only 2 days before Travis's birthday, and Opalite quickly emerged as his favorite track from the collection, something Travis had revealed during an August episode of the New Heights podcast while chatting with his brother Jason Kelce, where he admitted that he constantly found himself dancing to that particular song, which was named after a gemstone. Now that the album was available to the public, fans began picking up on the sweet references woven throughout the lyrics, particularly the sections where Taylor reflected on her journey toward a happier and more secure place in her relationship with Travis. And the first verse of Opalite tells the story of Taylor's past, including how she used to dwell on previous relationships, even referencing advice from her brother about eating out of the trash when it came to looking back at former lovers, while singing about haunted feelings and living with ghosts and watching numerous seemingly perfect couples while still feeling fundamentally alone. The chorus represents a shift where Taylor celebrates her good fortune at finding Travis someone who had to create his own sunshine until the sky around them transformed into opalite, representing a new glowing phase in her life. And the birthday post wasn't the only way the Kelce family marked the special occasion, since throughout the day, both Travis and Taylor were spotted out enjoying casual moments together with fans who observed them, describing their chemistry as natural and fun, with Travis laughing frequently and Taylor appearing genuinely at ease and truly smiling. At one point during their day, they stopped for coffee at a local Kansas City establishment where staff members later reported that they seemed just like any other couple, displaying affection and relaxation while chatting quietly in a corner booth. And the entire celebration reflected the opalite theme of finding brightness and joy in their relationship, as Taylor had captured so perfectly in her song that had become Travis's favorite track from her latest album. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story about Taylor and Travis's relationship, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. The birthday celebration and the meaningful connection between the song choice and the occasion demonstrated how Taylor's music continued to reflect her personal life and relationships in ways that resonated with both her loved ones and her fans who followed their journey together.